Walking down the boulevard, feel the concrete shake. Every single motion is a heavy earthquake. Stacking up the paper while I'm leaning on the throne, sitting like a king with a weapon of my own. They looking at the swagger and they looking at the stride. Got a whole lot of power tucked away inside. Heavyweight champion coming through the door. Once they get a glimpse, they be begging me for more. The shadow on the pavement shows a giant on the move. Ain't nobody else got a thing left to prove. Got the chrome spinning and the engine hums deep. I'm the nightmare, waking every city from its sleep. Calculated pressure in the way I occupy. Reaching for the ceiling while I'm aiming for the sky. The measurement is legend and the reputation grows. Dominating every single alley that I chose. Leather in the cabin and the diamonds on the wrist. Got a certain something that the world cannot resist. Built for the endurance and the magnitude of force. Staying on the tracks, never drifting off the course. Heavier than iron and it's longer than the night. Blocking out the sun and the flicker of the light. The undisputed ruler in the center of the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name. Carrying the mountain and the burden of the crown. Never taking hits, never ever going down. The undisputed ruler in the center of the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name. Heavier than iron and it's longer than the light. Blocking out the sun and the flicker of the light. The undisputed ruler and the center of the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name. Carrying the mountain and the burden of the crown. Never taking hits, never ever going down. The undisputed ruler in the center of the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name. Check the physics and the biological design. Everything is massive when you cross over the line. It's a natural disaster, it's a structural machine. The biggest piece of glory that the valley's ever seen. Solid as a pillar and it's built to withstand the heaviest demands from the people of the land. Gravity is shifting when I'm stepping on the scene. Keeping all the competition feeling small and green. Rolling like a tank with the artillery in tow. Everywhere I'm standing it's a legendary show. The vanity is valid and the glory is a fact. Keeping all the focus on the way that I enact. I don't need a host, I don't need a fancy tool. I'm the only giant breaking every single rule. From the bottom to the summit, it's a monumental view. Showing off the caliber that everybody knew. The story of the century is hanging in the air. Total domination and the world is well aware. Heavier than iron and longer than the light. Blotting out the sun and the flicker of the light. We obscuring movement and the man above the frame. Rolled by the rolling even if they fear the name. Carrying the mountain and the burden of the crown. Levitating in it, never ever going down. We undisputed ruler and the man above the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name. Heavier than iron and longer than the light. Blotting out the sun and the flicker of the light. We undisputed ruler and the man above the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name. Carrying the mountain and the burden of the crown. Levitating in it, never ever going down. The undisputed ruler and the center of the frame. Everybody knows it even if they fear the name.
Eternities are shifting underneath your feet. A spark ignites within the hollow of the crowded street. The dusty leather binds the secrets of the ancient lore. 100 different kingdoms knocking at the wooden door. The ink is wet upon the parchment of a heavy scroll. 100 different masters fighting for a single soul. I saw the mountains bleeding fire into the silver bay. The forest canopy is hiding all the light of day. The marsh is bubbling with the whispers of the restless dead. The golden plains are harvest fight for all the blood we shed. A tower stands against the gravity of hollow skies. The truth is hidden in the silence of 1,000 eyes.
The fivefold heel is turning in the center of the storm. A jagged edge of glass is keeping all the shadows warm. We trade the logic for the madness of the drawing hand to build a castle on the shifting of the desert sand. The tapestry is woven with the thread of every scar. We reach for heaven, but we stumble on a falling star.
The library is burning, but the words are etched in stone. A king is sitting on a high and solitary throne. The copper clockwork grinds a memory of what was lost. Every miracle arrives with such a heavy cost. You sacrifice the vision just to keep the candle lit. The puzzle pieces never quite begin to fit. The metal trees are growing in the gardens of the cold. The story of the dragon is the only one that's told. The ocean swallows up the islands of the dreaming mind, looking for the treasure that the pirates couldn't find. The alchemy of change is turning lead into the rain. The joy of victory is balanced by the weight of pain.
The veil is thin enough to see the ghost behind the glass. The seasons flicker in the moment that we let them pass. The reckoning is coming with the turning of the page. The actors are exhausted on the grand and only stage. The fivefold wheel is turning in the center of discord. A jagged edge of glass is keeping all the shadow warm. We trade the logic for the madness of the drawing hand to build a castle on the shifting of the desert sand. The tapestry is woven with the thread of every scar. We reach for heaven, but we stumble on a falling star. The fivefold wheel is currently in the center of the storm. A jagged edge of glass is keeping all the shadow form. We trade the logic for the madness of the drawing hand to build a castle on the shifting of the desert sand. The tapestry is woven with the thread of every scar. We reach for heaven, but we stumble on a falling star.
Sirens cut a jagged line through the static of the dark, while the badgers catch the glimmer of a dying city spark. Standing on the corner where the law reached the bone, watching every shadow like a kingdom on its own. They carry the heavy iron and the weight of the silver star, tracing the broken pavement from the station to the bar, writing down the names of the hungry and the lost, counting up the hours and the bitterness of the cost. Oh, the thin blue ribbon stretching out across the street between the thunder of the riot and the shuffle of the feet, holding back the water while the dam begins to crack, watching for the dagger that might land up on the back. It is a lonely kind of vigil on a cold and hollow night, trading in the silence for the flashing of the light. Was barking like a hound inside the cage, reporting every chapter of a blind and dusty rage. They are the guardians of the fences and the keepers of the gate, walking through the garden where the seeds are sown in hate. The children in the alleyways, they turn their heads aside, looking for a shelter where the spirit used to hide. And the man behind the steering wheel is staring through the glass, waiting for the fury and the winter storm to pass. The coffee's getting colder and the plastic on the dash, as the history of a neighborhood is burning into ash. No one says a prayer for the boots upon the brick when the clock begins to heavy and the tension starts to tick. Oh, the thin blue ribbon stretching out across the street between the thunder of the riot and the shuffle of the feet, holding back the water while the dam begins to crack, watching for the dagger that might land upon the back. It is a lonely kind of vision on a cold and hollow night, traded in the silence for the flashing of the looking at the ceiling, but the ceiling ain't there. Just a heavy gray fog hanging thick in the air. I got the throne and the gold and the keys to the street, but my soul's feeling hotter while I'm pacing the beat. They see the chain swinging low when the chrome on the rim. They don't see the cold water where I'm trying to swim. Concrete is silent while it swallows my shadow. Fighting internal wars in the losing battle. Stacking up the paper just to hide all the cracks. Building up a wall while the wind hits my back. Got a circle full of wolves, but I'm standing alone. Feeling like a stranger on a marble stone throne. The crown is made of lead and it's pulling me down. Searching for a solid foot on this shaky ground. No sunlight leaking through the cracks in the blind. Just the messy blueprints of a fractured mind. This hollow heavy weight in the chest of a king. Diamonds don't shine when the winter won't spring. Walking through the fire but I'm freezing inside. Knowing for the baddest in the city to hide. Yeah, the ghost in the mirror is the one I fear most. Raising up a glass to a silent white ghost. It's a long way down from the top of the pile. Trying to find the fuel for a permanent smile. The engine is screaming but the car doesn't move. Stuck in a ditch with nothing left to prove. My brother's calling out saying we touched the sky, but I'm staring at the dirt asking reasons why. Maybe it's the price for the lives that we led. The things that we saw and the things that were said. Luxury leather feels like bones on my skin. Losing every battle that I'm supposed to win. Popping high labels just to dampen the noise. Playing with the metal like the childhood toys. But the silence is louder than the thunderous crowd. Wearing my depression like a designer shroud. We wait in the chest of a king. Diamonds don't shine when the winter won't spring. Walking through the fire but I'm freezing inside. Nowhere for the better, stay a city to hide. Yeah, the ghost in the mirror is the one I fear most. Raising up a glass to a silent white ghost. It's a long way down from the top of the pile. Trying to find the fuel for a permanent smile. This hollow heavy weight in the chest of a king. Diamonds don't shine when the winter won't spring. Walking through the fire but I'm freezing inside. Nowhere for the baddest in the city to hide. Yeah, the ghost in the mirror is the one I fear most. Raising up a glass to a silent white ghost. It's a long way down from the top of the pile. Trying to find a fuel for a permanent smile.
Heavy as the ground on the Golden Tower floor. 74 million banging on the door. Blue suit, red tie, power on the throne. Building up a wall while I claim what I own. From the Queen Streets to the Pennsylvania Ave. Taking every single thing they said I couldn't have. Fake news vultures circling the sky, but I'm counting up the wins while the critics wonder why. The ink on the bill is the blood in the game. They try to cast a shadow but they can't touch the name. I'm the ultimate shark in a tank full of bait. Got the whole world watching while I make it all great. Top floor penthouse looking at the view, doing what a regular man could never do. Golden empire built out of concrete and grit. I'm the king of the deck and I'm never gonna quit. Red hat legacy written in the stone. Seizing the moment and I'm standing alone. The boss of the movement, the voice of the street. I never back down and I never taste defeat. Steel in the spine and the fire in the gut. Closing every deal while the haters keep their mouths shut. They wanted a puppet but they got a tycoon. Changing up the tide under a blood orange moon. Rallies in the hangar like a thunder in the dark. Every single word is a revolutionary spark. They played with the system, I played for the win. Washing off the dust of where the old world has been. I'm the glitch in the matrix, the ghost in the head. Walking through the fire where the weak fear to tread. The bankroll is heavy and the spirit is loud. Standing 10 feet taller than the rest of the crowd. Top floor penthouse looking at the view. Doing what a regular man could never do. Golden empire built out of concrete and grit. I'm the king of the deck and I'm never gonna quit. Red hat legacy written in the stone. Seizing the moment and I'm standing alone. The boss of the movement, the voice of the street. I never back down and I never seen it free. Check the scoreboard, check the history books. I'm the one who survived all the arrows and the hooks. The rally's teeth growing, the engine stays hot. Whether you love the man or you hate what I got. I'm the storm in the distance, the flash in the pan. The only one left with the legendary plan.
looking at the view, doing what a regular man can never do. Golden empire built out of concrete and grit. I'm the king of the deck and I'm never gonna quit. Red hat legacy written in the stone. Seize in the moment and I'm standing alone. The boss of the movement, the void cripple streak. I never back down, man, I never taste defeat. Top floor penthouse looking at the view, doing what a regular man can never do. Golden empire built out of concrete and grit. I'm the king of the deck and I'm never gonna quit. Red hat legacy written in the stone. Seize in the moment and I'm standing alone. The boss of the movement, the voice of the street. I never back down, man, I never taste defeat.
I am stepping through the velvet door with the heavy gold hanging, thick silk on the floor, and the metal star clanging, eyes locked on the curbs in the center of the room. Body like an hourglass, building up a boom. She walking with emotion that can stop a ticking clock. Heavy up top, and she's shaking up the block. Stacked like a treasury, a vision in the light. Gravity is losing in the middle of the night. Got the queen in the corner with the diamonds on her neck. Everything expanded, and I'm writing out the check. That silhouette is lethal, and it's fueling up the flame. Top tier presence, and she's putting it to shame. $1 million frame and she's leaning on the leather, bound to take the crown in any kind of weather.
Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Built for the throne and she's looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Built for the throne and she's looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Built for the throne and she's looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Built for the throne and she's looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Ice on the wrist, but the focus on the chest. Double up the vision, she is better than the West. Walking with a strut and she's pulling all the stairs. Upper class lady with the billionaire airs. I got a seat reserved for the finest in the place. Plenty of abundance and a very lovely face. Curves like a mountain range stretching to the sky. Looking at the summit as the clouds roll by. Champagne spilling on the table by the stage. Turning over chapters and I'm ripping out the page. She is larger than the life that we're living in the street. Heartbeat pounding to the moving of her feet. Got us in the fabric and she's posing for the lens. Breaking all the rules and she's breaking all the trends. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Bells for the throne, niggas looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Bells for the throne, niggas looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Built for the throne and she's looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour. Heavy in the chest and she's running through the city. Built for the throne and she's looking real pretty. Grand scale beauty and she's holding all the power. Rising to the top every second, every hour.
The dust settles on the gravel road. We walk together through the biting frost and the heat of changing weather. A promise carved in the bark of a leaning willow tree. The weight of your hand remains the only anchor for me. We traded silver coins for a map at the hidden valley. Never lost our stride in the dark of a rain-slick alley. The faces of strangers pass like ghosts on a fading screen. But the bond between us is the only truth I have seen. Solid ground stays firm while the fleeting shadows chase. The pride of a brother holds more weight than a soft embrace. Tides may pull at the shore and the shifting sands might slide, but I stand with the men who stood forever by my side. Keep the circle tight and shallow spirits far away. The fire we lit will burn long past the break of day. There hear a siren singing names from the edge of the jagged reef, offering a moment of joy for a lifetime of heavy grief. I turn my collar up and I look the other way, for the roots of the oak are deeper than the games they play. No velvet touch can break the iron of a loyal heart. With the years of joined together, no wind can tear apart. The tavern lights grow dim and the story starts to repeat of the battles we won and the bitter taste of a temporary defeat. You caught my coat when the winter wind tried to knock me down. The only kings I recognize are the ones without a crown. Beyond the lure of the gold and the perfume in the hall is the steady shoulder that catches me before I fall. The moon hides her face behind a veil of charcoal gray, while the hollow voices whisper words they never lent to say. But the pulse in my veins beats a rhythm of a different kind, leaving the distractions of the restless world behind. Solid ground, stay firm while the fleeting shadows chase. The pride of a brother holds more weight than a soft embrace. Toys may pull at the shore and the shifting sands might slide, but I stand with the men who stood forever by my side. Keep a circle tight in the shallow spirit far away. The fire we lit will burn long past the break of day.
Why? Why? Hi. The dust settles on the gravel road we walk together, through the biting frost and the heat of changing weather. A promise carved in the bark of a leaning willow tree. The weight of your hand remains the only anchor for me. We traded silver coins for a map of the hidden valley, never lost our stride in the dark of a rain slicked alley. The faces of strangers tags like ghosts on a fading screen, but the vibe between us is the only truth I have seen. Solid ground stays firm while the fleeting shadows chase. The pride of a brother holds more weight than a soft embrace. Ties me pulled at the shore and the shifting sands might slide, but I stand with the men who stood forever by my side. Keep the circle tight in the shallow spirits far away. The fire we lit will burn long past the break of day. Singing names from the edge of the jagged reef, offering a moment of joy for a lifetime of heavy grief. I turn my collar up and I look the other way, for the roots of the oak are deeper than the games they play. No velvet touch can break the iron of a loyal heart. What the years have joined together, no wind can tear apart. Yeah. The tavern lights grow dim and the stories start to repeat. Yeah. Of the battles we won and the bitter taste of a temporary defeat. Yeah, you call my coat when the winter wind tried to knock me down. The only kings I recognize are the ones without a crown. Beyond the lure of the gold and the perfume in the hall is the steady shoulder that catches me before I fall. The moon hides her face behind the veil of charcoal gray, while the hollow voices whisper words they never meant to say. But the pulse in my veins beats a rhythm of a different kind, leaving the distractions of the restless world behind. Chase. The pride of a brother holds more weight than a soft embrace. Tides me cool at the shore and the shifting sands might slide, but I stand with the men who stood forever by my side. Keep the circle tight and the shallow spirits far away. The fire we lit will burn long past the break of day.
is tarnished in the drawer. The velvet curtains heavy on the floor. I see the dust dance in a shaft of gold while stories of the dynasties unfold. The wine is breathing in a crystal glass, watching all the common moments pass. Oh, oh, oh. The silk is cold against a fevered skin. The game is rigged before the plays begin. A pocket watch is ticking near the bed, counting every hollow word we said. The garden wall is high and made of stone, to keep the secrets that we own alone. The powder surface hides the jagged edge, a heavy heart upon a marble edge. We traded quiet for a louder roar, and forgot what all the luxury was for. Give me the finer things that money cannot buy, the way the desert looks beneath the violet sky, the honest labor of a hand upon the plow, the holy silence of the here and only now. Not the crown, but the shadow that it throws. Not the garden, but the wildness of the rose. The leather bound the wisdom of the dead, but we left all the living truths unread. The chandelier is weeping frozen tears, reflecting back the vanity of years. The staircase runs around the hollow core, climbing toward a locked and bolted door. Oh, oh, oh. The portrait stares with eyes of painted glass, watching all the thirsty seasons pass. We dine on porcelain and drink from lead, with a hunger that can never quite be fed. The carriage rolls along the gravel track, moving forward but always looking back. A polished surface hides the jagged edge, a heavy heart upon a marble edge. We traded quiet for a louder woe, and forgot what all the luxury was for. Give me the sign of things that money cannot buy, the way the desert looks beneath the violet sky, the honest labor of a hand upon a plow, the holy silence of the here and only now. Not the crown, but the shadow let it flow. Not the garden, but the wildness of the rose. Give me the sign of things that money cannot buy, the way the desert looks beneath the violet sky, the honest labor of a hand upon a plow, the holy silence of the here and only now. Not the crown, but the shadow that it throws. Not the garden, but the wildness of your rose.
The morning light settles on the kitchen floor, tracing patterns that weren't there before. You're leaning back with a cup in your hand, quietly rewriting the laws of the land. There's a shift in the gravity, a bend in the view, looking at the world and then looking at you. I spend my days walking through a hollow town, thinking I knew how the sun went down. But you pulled the curtain and you showed me the whys, the cooling embers and the hidden fires. Now the old maps are folded and thrown away, I'm learning the language with nothing to say. And it's not about the stories they told us to believe, or the tangled webs that the shadows weave. It's the grace in your step and the truth in your eyes, the way the honest water reflects the skies, falling into a place where the labels dissolve, while Watching the riddles and the hard knocks resolve. We walk through the park where the oaks stand tall, watching the leaves take a measured fall. You spoke of the seasons and the skin you shed, the heavy breaks and the prayers unsaid. I listen to the pulse of a different clock, finding the key inside the rusted lock. The prophets are shouting on the corner street, trying to measure everyone they meet, but they don't see the bridge or the way it's built. Beyond the judgment and the borrowed guilt, I'm standing on the planks while the river flows, watching how a wildflower actually grows. There are no mirrors that can hold this flame, no stone heavy enough to guard your name. Just the weight of the moment in the air we share, a sudden lightness found everywhere. And it's not about the stories they told us to believe, or the tangled webs that the shadows weave. It's the grace in your step and the truth in your eyes, the way the honest water reflects the skies, falling into a place where the labels dissolve. Watching the riddles and the hard knock resolve.
The coffee stains are mapping out the stains upon my soul. I stare into the mirror till the glass begins to fold. Every sunrise feels like history repeating on a loop. Just another plastic spoon dipping in the watered soup. I sold my curiosity to pay the monthly rent. Now I am counting every shadow where the light was spent. I am wading through the charcoal of a burnt out day, watching all the vibrant colors slowly fade to gray, dragging feet across the gravel of a hollow street, looking for a pulse beneath the concrete and the heat. The cycle, let the hammer fall upon the clock. Searching for a key inside a rusted lock. The radio is humming tunes we heard 1,000 times, a rhythmic imitation of some prehistoric crimes. The neighbors trade the same remarks about the falling rain, a heavy coat of boredom covering a quiet pain. I wanna strip the wallpaper and see the naked brick before the stagnant air begins to make the spirit sick. The script is torn, the ink is dry, the act has lost a place. I am tired of the mask that is frozen on my face. Let the silence scream until the windows start to crack. There is no use in looking at the footprints leading back. I am wading through the charcoal of a burnt out day, watching all the vibrant colors slowly fade to gray, dragging feet across the gravel of a hollow street, looking for a pulse beneath the concrete and the heat. The cycle, let the hammer fall upon the clock. I am searching for a key inside your still locked.
UV-coated practice smiles, measuring the distance in those crooked miles. The ink upon your palms is still wet from the trade, while you sharpen the edge of a rusted blade. I was looking at the sunrise through a cracked glass pane. You were busy counting up the drops of acid rain. The shadow that you cast has a jagged silhouette, a debt that you owe but haven't reckoned with yet. Now the silver on your tongue has turned to lead, and you're haunting the halls of the things we said. With a dagger in your sleeve and a hollow heart, you tear the very fabric of the world apart. You're the architect of ruins in a suit of gold, selling off the secrets that were never yours to hold. Just a backstabbing cheater in a crowded room, weaving the threads of a predictable doom. The maps you drew were fakes with the north move south. A mouthful of feathers from a songbird's mouth. I saw you at the crossing where the tall weeds grow, trading away the only truth you used to know. The cards are on the table but the deck is thin. You're looking for a doorway just to crawl back in, but the locks have been changed and the windows are barred, and the face in the mirror is looking too hard. Now the silver on your tongue has turned to lead, and you're haunting the halls of the things we said. With a dagger in your sleeve and a hollow heart, you tear the very fabric of the world apart. You're the architect of ruins in a suit of gold, selling off the secrets that were never yours to hold. Just a backstabbing cheater in a crowded room, weaving the threads of a predictable doom.
Check it, yo. Cheap plastic wrap on a styrofoam throne. Sitting in the kitchen feeling like I own a zone. Pocket change England, making music on the flow. Counted 50 cents, then I headed to the stove. Yellow block of gold, looking dusty in the light. The struggle is the fuel for the appetite tonight. Sodium spiking in the vessel of the king. Waiting for the ghetto, then the whistle let it bring. Crack the seal open, let the seasoned powder drop. Salt on the surface like the heavy winter crop. Toss the dried veggies, let the parsley hit the deck. Pouring boiling water, got the steam against my neck. 3-minute sentence while the lid is weighted down. Buy a crack saucer in this lonely part of town. Noodles intertwined like the snakes on a shield. Waiting for the softness and the flavor be revealed. Stove top, heavy metal bubbling in the cup. Life is coming down, but the heat is rising up. Sipping on the pop till the soul feels whole. Found the entire universe inside a plastic bowl. No silver spoons, just a pair of wooden sticks. Fixing up a hunger with the basic bag of tricks. Keep the hunger sharp, keep the water on the flame. Everyone who knows the struggle knows the product name. World twisted tight till the tension starts to break. Eating through the pressure for the future at stake. Slurping up the destiny, ignoring all the cost. Nothing in the belly means the battle has been lost. Soften up the edges of the brittle dry square. Scent of artificial chicken floating through the air. Solidified liquid turning into pure grit. This is how we survive at every single bit. Scraping out the bottom where the drakes start to settle. Forging out a spirit in a cheap metal kettle. Late night hustle with the lights turned low. Watching all the newness and the power start to grow. Luxury is distant but the belly is full. Escaping from the gravity and heavy social pull. One more sip of liquid till the carton is dry. Look, the reflection of a giant in the eye. Steam hit your vision like a fog on the glass. Waiting for the struggle and the poverty to pass. Heat in the palm and the fire in the gut. Doors staying open while the rest stay shut. Stove top, heavy metal bubbling in the cup. Life is coming down but the heat is rising up. Sipping on the pop till the soul feels whole. Found the entire universe inside a plastic bowl. No silver spoons, just a pair of wooden sticks. Mixing up the hunger with the basic bag of tricks. Keep the hunger sharp, keep the water on the flame. Everyone who knows the circle knows the product name.
city lights glare. Silver spoons missing, but I never did care. Saw you on the corner with your eyes on my goal, acting like a story that's already been told. Running through the valley where the shadows grow tall. Watch you play the victim while you're chasing off phone. Ice on the collar and the heat in the palm. Keeping every promise while I'm staying so calm. Polished up chrome and the leather smells sweet. Flicking of your heels on the dirty concrete. Looking for a savior in a platinum chain. Trying to find a shelter from the hurricane rain. Diamonds in the rough, but you're only glass beads. Planning all the trouble like you're sowing the seeds. $100 smiles just to cover the lies. I can see the hunger in your desperate eyes. Money in the pocket and the world in my hand. Moving through the jungle like I'm ruled in the land. They dancing for the riches and they falling for the fame. Lost inside the darkness, playing every single game. Hearts made of granite and a soul so cheap. Promises are secrets that you never even keep. Walking on the edge, trying to play tonight. Chasing every dollar to the morning light. Nothing is for free in the belly of the beast. Hungry for the power, coming down for the feast. You can wear the crown, but it's heavy on the head. Living for the glory till the moment is dead. Turn a blind eye to the things you've done. Always on the move, always on the run. Chrome spinning heavy on the boulevard strip. Counting every blessing with a tighten of the grip. You claim that you love me, but you love the bankroll. Trading in your spirit just to play a little role. High stakes poker ring, you betting it all. Standing in the lobby looking 30 feet tall. But the bank starts peeling when the sun goes down. Empty little queen in the broken downtown. Silk on the skin, but the heart is like ice. Living every second like you're rolling the dice. Found a new target with a deeper set of pockets. Passing to the ceiling like some heavy metal rockets. Old news, honey, I was finished with the play. Moving to the summit while you're wasting a day. Check the rearview mirror, see you fading now fast. Nothing built on water is ever gonna last. The clock keeps ticking and the game stays cold. Selling out the truth for a piece of the mold. I see through the glitter in the fake disguise. Underneath the surface where the demon lies. Money in the pocket and the world in my hand. Moving through the jungle like I'm ruling the land. They dancing for the riches and they falling for the fame. Lost inside the darkness, playing every single game. Hearts made of body and a soul so cheap. Promises are secrets that you never even keep. Walking on the edge of the blade tonight. Chasing every dollar to the morning light.
Down the river snake with a pocket full of heat and a mind to break. I follow the map drawn in a smoky room, chasing the dream of a floral bloom. I heard of a palace where the silk runs thin, where the doors stay open to every sin. The scent of jasmine was a heavy veil to hide the tracks of a dusty trail. I stepped inside where the shadows dance to take my seat in a game of chance. The gold leaf glittered on the velvet wall. I waited for the curtain of a night to fall. Well, the mirror tells a story that the tongue won't say. In the humid haze of a Bangkok day, the truth is a river that shifts its course, driven by a hidden and ancient force. What I thought was still was a different light, shining through the middle of a restless night. The silhouettes move with a rhythmic grace, fine bone features and a painted face. I reached for a hand that was soft as wool, feeling the tide and the moon's own pull. But the laughter carried a deeper tone, like a secret kept in a house of stone. The revelation came with a sudden spark, lighting the corners of the velvet dark. The brothers of Venus in a silk disguise, with the world's old wisdom in their heavy eyes. The lines were blurred by the heavy heat of a heart that skipped to a different beat. Oh, the mirror tells a story that the tongue won't say. In the humid haze of a Bangkok day, the truth is a river that shifts its course, driven by a hidden and ancient force. What I thought
are just feathers in a stormy wind. For the saints who wandered and the souls who sin. There is no map for the way we feel when the fantasy turns into something real. In the city of angels where the masks are worn, a new kind of morning is being born.
Well, the mirror tells a story that the tongue won't say. In the hued haze of a Bangkok day, the truth is a river that shifts its course, driven by a hidden and ancient force. But I thought was silver was a different light, shining through the middle of a restless night. Well, the mirror tells a story that the tongue won't say. In the hued haze of a Bangkok day, the truth is a river that shifts its course, driven by a hidden and ancient force. But I thought was silver was a different light, shining through the middle of a restless night.
City streets where the paper stacks rise. I walk through the bullpen with the fire in my eyes. Assistant to the regional, but I cut the cord. Selling reams and dreams while the rivals get floored. Managerial status with the gold watch glare. Best boss in the world, check the mug right there. I started from the bottom, now I own the floor. Regional manager, knocking down your door. I am the threat level, midnight in the flesh. Keeping every single client feeling clean and fresh. No degree needed, just a gift for the talk. I strut through the hallway with the corporate walk. Chilly on the carpet, but the vision stays clear. The king of Pennsylvania is finally here. This is the life in the electric town. Never catch the boss man with the heavy frown. From the warehouse store to the corner suite, the paper industry belongs to the elite. Hard as the concrete, cold as the steel, I am the only one making this real. Electric City where the power resides, nowhere for the competition to hide. See 1,000 faces in the conference room, 1,000 voices fading in the corporate gloom. But I'll stand taller than the highest shelves, believing in the team and believing in myself. No rules in the handbook can hold me back. I am the engine on the midnight track. Parkour in the lobby, jumping over the trash, turning every single shipment into heavy cash. Diversity Day with the cards on the face, setting the pace in this office space. You think you know the game, but you missed the cue. I am doing things that a coward won't do. Dundee on the mantle like a heavyweight crown. I will never let the branch or the spirit go down. Beef bombs and drama in the peripheral view, but the boss man is always coming through. That is what she said when the pressure got tight. Winning every battle in the middle of the night. Sign on the dotted line, don't step to the side. The Scranton ping is taking you for a ride. This is the life in the electric town. Never catch the boss man with a heavy frown. From the warehouse floor to the corner suite, the paper industry belongs to the elite. Hard as the concrete, cold as the steel, I am the only one making this real. Electric City where the tower resides, nowhere for the competition to hide.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Boarding the heavy metal bird at Terminal 4, stacking up the paper till I cannot close the door. Left the block behind where the sirens used to wail. Now I am chasing sunrise on a different kind of trail. Passport in a pocket and my diamonds feeling cold. Trading dusty alleys for the streets of solid gold. I'm the king of concrete, now I am moving to the east. Hungry for the glory like a liberated beast. Touchdown in Narita with the ice around my neck. Customs officers just giving me a nod and a check. Black car waiting in the windows tinted dark. Moving through the skyline like a predator or a shark. Used to dodge a precinct, now I am dodging all all the glare, smell of expensive fortune hanging heavy in the air. Shibuya crossing where the crowds begin to par. I am a masterpiece of hustle and a cold-blooded art. Across the ocean where the sun begins to rise, I see the power reflected in my weary eyes. From the bottom of the map to the tours in the sky, I am the legend that the money couldn't buy. Tokyo is burning with the fire in my soul, taking every city till I gain the full control. No more shadows, only bright electric light. I am the Phantom King going through the night. Yeah. They told me stay in place and never leave the cage, but I tore the bars apart and I flipped the final page. From the gutter to the peak of the mountain made of stone, I am sitting on the summit, I'm sitting here alone, far away from home, but I never felt so right. Everything I wanted is within my stony sight. Walking through the garden where the ancient spirits dwell, but I carry every secret that I promised not to tell. Silk on my shoulders and the metal on my hip, I am the captain of the voyage on a multi-billion ship. Eating like a shogun while the peasants watch the game. I'm the master of my path and the author of my fate. Bullet trader flying while I'm slipping on the vine. Everything you see around us, this look is all mine. Sticks in the owning and the fog is rolling in. I am the only one who finished with a grin and a win. No more running from the ghosts of the past. I built a concrete fortress that was destined to last. From the dirty basements to the penthouses high, I am the only star remaining in the violet sky. Keep the engine running while I count another stack. I am gone for good and I am never looking back. Across the ocean where the sun begins to rise, I see the power reflected in my weary eyes. From the bottom of the map to the towers in the sky, yeah. And the legend that the money couldn't buy, yeah. Tokyo was burning with the fire in my soul, taking every city till I gained full control. No more shadows, only bright electric light. I am the Phantom King rolling through the night. Yeah. Across the ocean where the sun begins to rise, I see the power reflected in my weary eyes. From the bottom of the map to the towers in the sky, I am a legend that the money couldn't buy. Tokyo is burning with the fire in my soul, taking every city till I get the full control. No more shadows, only bright electric light. I am the Phantom King rolling through the night. Yeah. Across the ocean where the sun begins to rise, I see the power reflected in my weary eyes. From the bottom of the map to the towers in the sky, I am a legend that the money couldn't buy. Top floor overlooking the valley with a pretender facade. I step through the fire with nothing but cold steel and pride. You talk about crowns, but your kingdom is built out of sand. I hold the map and the compass and the fate of the land. There is a gap in the logic whenever you mention my name. You play for the moment while I am redefining the game. No shadows can touch me, I move where the sunlight is pure. You are a symptom of boredom and I am the permanent cure. Your heavy rotation is nothing but noise in the hall. I am the gravity keeping the stars from a fall. Look at the lineage written in scars on my chest. While you were sleeping, I never considered a rest. The frequency vibrates at levels you cannot perceive. I am the vision that non-believers have to believe. A mountain of granite compared to your pillars of salt. Every mistake that you made was entirely your fault.
The air is getting thinner as I reach the summit alone. I am the master of keys, sitting high on this throne. The mirrors are shattered because they cannot handle the sight. I am the sun and the moon and the depth of the night. A nest and a martyr, the king of the concrete and gold. The story of greatness is something that I have controlled. I am the ocean and you are a drop in the rain. I am the power that flows through the heart of the vein. Higher than heaven and deeper than depths of the sea. Nobody breathing can stand in the presence of me.
Your wallet is empty despite all the jewelry you wear. I breathe the oxygen while you are gasping for air. A giant among the mosquitoes that buzz in the dark. I am the flame of the forest and you are a spark. The history books have a chapter reserved for my soul. I took the chaos and turned it to perfect control. Your best is a fraction of what I can do in my sleep. I am the shepherd and you are just tired of the sheep. The jury is heavy but I carried the weight of the world. I saw the future before it was even unfurled. You claim to be solid but I see the cracks in the glass. I am the front of the line while you watch as I pass. The silence is deafening every time that I speak. The summit is home and the valley is only for weak. I am the architect building the house of the brave. You are the one who is digging an early day grave.
The air is getting thinner as I reach the summit alone. I am the master of keys, sitting high on his throne. The mirrors are shattered because they cannot handle the sight. I am the sun and the moon and the depth of the night. Unmatched and unbothered, king of the concrete and gold. Story of greatness is something that I have control. I am the ocean and you are a sharp in the vein. I am the power that flows through the heart of the vein. Higher than heaven and deeper than depths of the sea. Your body breathing can stand in the presence of me. Unmatched and unbothered, the king of the concrete and gold. Story of greatness is something that I have control. I am the ocean and you are a sharp in the vein. I am the power that flows through the heart of the vein. Higher than heaven and deeper than depths of the sea. Your body breathing can stand in the presence of me.